Cross containers, transform and innovate. Design, build, and live. Learn more about Cross containers. Call Elson on the number on the screen.
Dun 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 dun.
Jesus Christ, this guy cannot shut the fuck up. And I've had to put up with this for a whole year.
Almost 100 episodes, by the way. Speaking of 100 episodes, we are grateful to BetLion for coming through as our sponsor.
Yeah,
and remember, if you want to... Yeah, the music is good now.
Yeah.
So good. Just a quick one. So if you want to play Aviator, the game that we've been talking about, I think, for the past 4 or 5 episodes, if you want to play Aviator, there's really only one place to go. That's www.betlion.zm to claim your free welcome offer. Every new customer is entitled to up to 200 kwacha upon first deposit.
Oh, that's dope.
You had no idea that happens.
Is Aviator like, it's not about aviation, is it?
No.
Have you played it?
When you go to the website, you're going to see like a little plane and you can, play around with that and make some money.
Aviation.
But not really aviation. You're playing... Check it out. Check the website. I can't really explain now.
Speaking of BetLion,
yeah.
Do you know one thing that I've been into the past 3 weeks?
Betting?
No, rugby.
Oh, you can bet on any game, yeah.
And I have been on the ball with every single game. Like if you go to my WhatsApp status,
yep.
I've called it. I called the first game. I called the South Africa. Every single game I've called it, and it happened the way that I said it.
So did you make money though?
No, I haven't. Because
and you know what's gonna happen when you start playing? They start losing. Anyway, welcome to That Z Podcast. My name is K Plus.
Listen,
and your name is
you know what it is.
Yep.
Don't introduce us like we're any regular fucking podcast.
We are an award-winning podcast.
Can we have an applause?
Hold that thought for a little bit.
Did you hear that, Bob?
An award-winning podcast. John, an award-winning podcast.
So against South Africans,
Nigerians,
you know them in xenophobia, Nigerians, and you know there's like trillions of those guys.
Nigerians
and
South Africans put together.
Bruh.
I really thought we were gonna be outdone by Nigerians, especially considering the numbers, and this was based on votes.
That's my point. And it was Nigeria too.
Exactly. 4 Nigerians in the category, 2 South Africans, 1 Zambian, and the Zambian got it. Thank you very much for the support, the love. We've been feeling it, going to 100 episodes.
It took data, it took thought.
It took money.
Yeah. That's the data.
Yeah, pretty
much. I
much.
don't know if you know this, but you use money to buy data.
Spend, yeah.
No,
those who spend money. They also buy gadgets to watch our podcast, you know what I mean?
That's true.
Some didn't have smart TVs in their homes and they had to because of this.
Thanks to Francis. Right way. Right price.
Right price. Anywho, we have a celebrity on That Z Podcast today.
Thank you. Did you miss me?
Also, we miss you so much, but we have a true celebrity today.
No, but then you know what's fucked up is
no. You're back.
Wait.
You're back with the interruptions again.
Your ass never said my goddamn name in the last 2 episodes.
God,
you're a damn hater.
You watched the first 5 minutes and that was it.
Yeah, because you didn't say my name in the first 5 minutes. That's foreplay, bro.
I said we have a celebrity on That Z Podcast today. Just like that Z podcast has been the shit for a long time. John Chiti with the light skin. Welcome to that Z podcast, Chief.
I heard that guy's
Thank
name
you.
was
Thank
Bobby
The first
East.
time, Bobby East.
Yeah.
Bobby East sort of brought you back to the fore, eh?
And people have been asking me, are you related? Is he your brother? Why did
Just
you have
pass
to,
this
make,
to God.
to mention
Wait,
your
so
name?
what's the reference? John Chiti with the light skin. Is he saying
don't-
he's light skinned?
I don't
Because
know.
Bobby and John Chiti are both light skinned.
I
No,
think,
but he's not light skinned.
I think we need to ask Bobby. You should have brought Bobby
Let
here.
me call this nigga. Let me call this
Yeah.
nigga now.
And some people think maybe he didn't say actually John Chit with a light skin. Maybe it just sounds like John Chit with a light skin.
No, I think
don't
he
know.
did
I've
say
never
he
asked,
John Chit
I've
with a
not
light
asked
skin.
Bobby what he said.
But you've been the shit for a long time, like
Yeah,
him,
and
so-
I've been claiming it. Hey, he's talking
And the
about
urine.
me, and
And
it's
you
okay.
felt
It's
like-
working out for me. It's okay. It's fine. I don't mind.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear him properly because I wanna find out.
Yeah.
If he
just-
said John Chiti with the light skin.
Yeah.
You know what, let's
Yeah.
find out. Let's get to the bottom of it before we proceed.
Yeah. Well,
What-
two
what-
of his numbers, but you can talk amongst yourselves.
John.
Oh, he's picked up.
Oh, he's picked up. Bobby.
Mr. East,
How you doing, man?
Laka man, how's it going?
I'm good.
So, quick disclaimer: we are shooting a podcast, and you're live on the podcast.
A good thing I didn't use any bad words there.
You never use any bad words, King. We have got a pretty interesting guest that we are shooting now, whose name was in your mouth in one of your songs.
We are wondering if it was the name.
it
though.
was.
So we're wondering if it was his name, John Chiti.
Did you say John Chiti with the light skin?
Indeed, I did.
Sorry, you were saying?
Yes.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people say the lyrics there weren't too clear. Even John Chiti himself is saying he was not sure if he's who you mentioned on the song.
I mentioned him on the song.
Ask him to
He's a
explain that
legend. I'm a
line.
big fan.
Are you able to explain what you meant by John Chiti with the light skin?
Rappers, every time you're trying to say, like, you're trying to reference something, it's like a simile where you're like, oh, I'm bowling like this, or I'm moving like that. So there was the whole joke that used to run around. That's why the album is called Vanilla.
Yeah.
Of the whole, oh, you're light skin joke and whatever. So I was like, okay, then John Chiti with the light skin, like that light skin, you know what I mean?
You know, John says a lot of people make reference to that when they see him, and it makes him feel
blocking
so
the camera.
good. He's actually feeling like a celebrity, that a big celebrity
I've
like
made
you.
it. I've made it in life, Bobby. For you to mention my name, I've made it, and I've been claiming. I wasn't sure, but it just sounded like it. So I was just saying, oh, well, it's me. He talked about me, so I've made it. Thank you.
It is definitely you, big man.
Yeah,
Definitely.
wow,
And
wow,
that's
thank you,
for me,
thank you.
Being a big fan, a huge
Thank
fan.
you.
Of course.
Cheers, Chief. We'll
So now I
chat
can
later.
proudly say, John
You can
Chiti
proudly
with the light
say
skin.
John Chiti
cheers,
with the light
Bobby.
skin.
Confirmed. It's confirmed now.
John Chiti with the light skin.
Hey, Gob,
I've been the shit for a
So-
long time. Yeah.
when this airs and when you edit this, you know how when there's a guest, like who's on the phone, you put their picture? Put a picture of Mandingo
No,
instead of Bobby. John, do you know who Mandingo is?
I know, but
John.
you didn't say John Chiti with the light skin.
If you know Mandingo, you're my nigga. You're my nigga. John, I've been looking forward to this interview for almost 20 years, and I'll explain why right now. Early 2000, you had a song entitled Ngolea.
Yes.
And that song rocked the
Yeah.
nation. Like, you
Yeah.
couldn't go anywhere in Zambia without that song playing. Major hit song, but I had one problem with it.
What's the
How
problem?
did you allow the guy that... Who's the guy that featured on the song again?
Bob Mabege.
Bob Mabege. How did you allow Bob Mabege to feature on your song? And it says, but the first cut is the deepest. How did you allow that, and why?
Well, the thing is, when you are working with, by then I was an upcoming artist.
Yeah.
And Bob Mabege was a big artist. And when he was
Right.
recording, when you are featuring an artist, you usually give them the freedom to sing, to write their own lyrics.
Right.
You can't really go to the studio and control, hey, don't sing like it's really hard, especially for an upcoming artist to go to the studio and no. So
Yeah.
you just give him the freedom and to vibe and to say it however he feels like. And actually, I didn't really pay attention to.
Until the song came out.
Yes.
Was your issue the way that he pronounced deepest?
He says, but the first cut is the deepest. And the song came out like that. Went all over the country, bro.
Yeah, it's unique.
Deepest?
Yeah.
Unique? You'd accept that as well?
Is
The
that
first cut is the deepest.
Yeah, this is the
Well, hold on,
deepest.
dude. There's so many times that people like Jay-Z manipulate a word.
That was no manipulation. He just fumbled, bruh.
No, I don't think
He
so.
fumbled.
Hey, wait a minute.
He
what
fumbled.
was he supposed to say?
It got my attention, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm asking. I've been trying to find out for over almost 20 years.
Oh, it's
if-
genius.
But it sounds right. What is supposed to say? What is the correct way of saying it?
Deepest.
Oh.
He also didn't pick it up, did he?
No, he didn't. 'Cause I could tell with his explanation.
John, there's a gift from one of our Patreons, a shop called Midas.
Yes.
They're in Kalingalinga, and I think they have the most affordable books in the country. I was actually comparing prices between
Does that say
them.
Mandingo?
Ogmandino.
Oh.
So the book is entitled The Greatest Salesman in the World, and the team at Midas bookstore felt you should have this book.
Wow.
It will help you with your business and,
Wow. Thank you.
every sphere.
I am an entrepreneur, so this will be very.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So this book will really help you.
Yeah,
The Greatest
thank you
Salesman.
so
We've got an amazing WhatsApp group with these dope patrons. So one of the guys in there, what's the guy's name?
I think even his name is just Midas. And the shop is called Midas as well. It's in Kalingalinga. I think you can't miss it. It's written Midas.
Yeah. So he
Driving.
gifted that to you.
So John, we spoke about your song from early 2000s, and then you sort of go quiet for so many years.
Yeah.
And then you come to the fore again. There's a whole lot of talk about John Chiti in the past few days.
Yeah.
With the movie Can You See Us?
Yeah.
What's been happening between you giving us a hit song, disappearing, and you showing up now? Where have you been?
Well,
outside.
I've been around. It's an issue of
Nigga, you're
exploring.
Yeah.
You know, when you are you are young, you're energetic, you have 100 dreams, and
Yeah.
when you achieve one, you want to try another dream. You want to try this. So I've been doing a lot of exploring, trying this, trying that. But one thing that really have been catching me is the being an activist. Being
Right.
a person who speaks for the human rights of people with disabilities. And through that, I've been running an organization for people with albinism that was really keeping me busy. So that's some of the things that I've been doing in the background until we came to the movie now, which everyone is talking about. Can you see us? And
Yeah.
it's on Netflix, and it has also taken Zambia, our flag higher, because it has gone far. So it's really a wonderful thing that we have to be proud
Hey,
of.
John, quick one. What do you call an albino? Do you call them an albino?
Or do you say a person living with albinism?
A person with albinism. I know, long time we used to say albino, but after further studies, we discovered that the word albino actually is offensive. It talks about
Right.
something, not someone. So people feel offended when you say you albino, or in Nyanja you can say chitangwaleza or mwavi. People feel offended because it's like you're talking to a table. You are talking about a chair, but I'm not a table. I'm a human being. So I want to be referred to as a person. So that's why we say a person with albinism. So before you see the condition, you must see the person, that this is a person, this is John. Before he has albinism, he is John. So if you recognize me as a person, then you can talk about my condition. It's okay, because you have first seen me as a person, then you can talk about maybe my condition. So that is how it is now.
But then that's similar to saying to Kalenga, a person with a lot of melanin.
Yeah, because albinism is just lack of melanin. And in some places, if you have melanin, some people will still discriminate you because they will say, no, this is too dark. It's just
That's
the
called
production
racism.
of melanin.
Yeah.
It's just the issue of melanin. So
You okay?
So every time I refer to that person, I say a person living with albinism.
a person with albinism.
A person with albinism.
Yes. A person with
Right.
albinism.
Okay. Going forward, we
People
will
with albinism, person with albinism, that's okay.
So we're talking about your disappearing act, man. Like you disappear for so long, and I hear you're now in the prison service as well.
Yeah, no,
Prison service.
so actually I'm a commissioner for the Zambia Police Service.
Commissioner.
What is that?
Yes.
What does that mean?
What's the commissioner do?
So a commissioner is appointed by the president. So last year I was appointed by the Republican president to be one of the commissioners. So we are 7 commissioners who overlook the works of the police, the entire police.
The police says.
So the entire police says,
Yeah.
we are the people who are in charge. We are the people who look after their welfare, how they are working. We are like a union to them. When they have a grievance, when they have issues, they report to us. We travel, we check. disciplinary issues. So all those things, we are the ones who handle those things.
So who do we complain to when the police are not treating us well?
So we are two commissions.
Yeah.
No, not to us. For us, we are like a human resource committee. We are internal within the police. So the police will report to us. You, the public, you report to the Public Complaint Commission, Police Public Complaint Commission. So
But do those guys not just look out for each other? Like if I go there with a complaint,
no, that's why we are there. I mean, look at me. I'm not a policeman.
Also,
I'm a civilian.
you're independent.
I'm independent. So
the organization that you said is independent too.
yes.
Right.
So it's actually independent people. So look at the commissioners, the 7 commissioners. They don't pick policemen or policewomen because they'll be biased. So they'll pick a civilian person like me or you. You can be appointed so that when you are resolving issues, you are not biased. And so that is so for the public. If you are reporting any case against the police, you can report to the Police Public Complaint Commission. And if the police, they have issues, they report to us because we are like a human resource to us and we handle administrative issues.
So what issues do the police have?
Yeah, what things do they
Usually have,
to you about?
Well, I can only talk about things that are already in the public.
Yeah.
Because my job as a commission, we are sworn in.
To secrecy.
Which means you take an oath. So there are
Right.
things I cannot disclose because I've taken an oath.
Yeah, just 2 or 3.
No, we are 7 commissioners.
No, I'm saying give us 2 or 3 things.
Like things that are already in the public domain.
Yes, so in the public domain, so what is there? This is by the Constitution and by the Service Commission Act. So part of our job is, one, we are the ones who appoint and fire.
Police officers.
Yes.
Wow.
We
You're in a
fire,
position
we
of power,
appoint.
bro.
We are the ones who discipline. We can decide what disciplinary action should be taken on a police officer. We are the ones who promote the ethical things. So when we hear complaints from outside, when we say that the police are not working well, we are the ones who handle all those things. And we have a chairperson. That's why I cannot even go deeper, because as a commission, we have a chairperson who can speak on
Go
the
deeper,
behalf
Papa.
of
Go deeper.
the
Go deeper.
commission.
Question.
Yeah.
Question. Can a police officer, when you have been caught with a traffic offense, can he get into your vehicle to drive to the police station?
Are they allowed to do that?
I won't go into those details, but
John.
what I can say is there are laws. Police officers have guidelines and laws that they should follow on how they treat or handle cases, especially with you, the public. So when you feel like the law is not being followed here, when you feel like the police is unfair to you, you can appeal to the Public Complaint Commission.
Right.
And if it is within the police, they can write to us. We receive a number of cases, and we are able to sit down and decide what should be taken, whether it is action and whether someone has wronged. So that is that.
Are these letters anonymous? Because what if a junior police officer is trying to lodge a complaint against somebody who's more senior to them? How do they then follow the... Sorry?
Victimization.
Victimization, yeah. How do you handle those cases then? Do they report anonymously?
Well, they can. They can write to us.
Yeah.
They can appear to us in private. So that means we'll give them space, only us and that person, without other people knowing that you have come to report.
Right.
But also,
Basically.
also we do travel to their places as a commission. So part of our job is to tour. So if, for example, a police officer or a station is outside Lusaka, we travel. We go to their stations. So they don't even have to come to Lusaka all the time. As we travel, they will have a chance to talk to us, and they can talk to us privately, and they'll be able to be protected. And so that is how they can.
Gob is a police officer. Gob.
Yeah, these two are police officers. Our camera crew, they're both police officers, actually.
Can a police officer get into your car?
The police officer is not allowed at the traffic
Where's
stop.
the microphone?
Wait,
Why are you running away?
If that one is a police officer, they should have known that there is a commissioner here. He was supposed to even salute for me. I have not seen him saluting.
He didn't know that
No,
you're
he's
in
an
that
undercover
position.
police. He's a part-time
He's
police.
fired. He's fired. If you are one, you are fired. Your boss is here and you are just standing there.
And it's recently married. Now you have to explain to your wife
Why you got fired?
why you got fired.
And it's on camera.
You know what I mean? All the evidence is here. John, I'm a little curious as well. How do you end up in such a position? Like, why did the president pick you? What's special about you?
Well, it's like a board of directors. Think of a
Right.
company. A company has got a board.
Yeah.
And in that board of directors, we want to balance certain professions, certain experiences. So for me, I've got my own experience, and part of the community where I'm coming from, I'm a human rights activist.
Right, right.
And this has been my work all the time. I've been running organizations, I've been engaging government as an activist. So I think that is needed. That is needed. So the commission has got different professions. It's not just one type of profession. So the appointing authorities will try to balance different professions so that when we are handling cases, it has all the faces. The faces, it will have a human rights face, it will have other professions. So I think that is part of the reason why. But if you ask me how it happened, I was just appointed.
You just got a call one day from the president.
I just got to go say, hey, there is a letter for you. So it's not like you apply.
You didn't apply?
No, I didn't apply.
What?
Wow. It's like an award where you are recognized and they see it, they check you, they say, oh, this guy can. Yes.
What experience do you have you mentioned the experience that you have. What experience do you have?
Well, for me, my area has been human rights.
Or just that?
I've been, of course, music, but
Yes.
I've been so much into, and I'm still very passionate about it. It's a human rights aspect. I speak for the people. I speak, especially the vulnerable, people with disabilities, people with albinism. I think you have seen me to be very vocal when their rights are being violated. I speak for them. I stand for
Right.
them. So that has been my field, and through that, I've been engaging with police. I've been engaging with government. For example, people with albinism were attacked. They are killed for their body parts. And me as a person, as an activist, we have been back and forth with the police, following them up on the cases. What has happened to this case? Why haven't you arrested the perpetrators? So all those things have been exposed to the police and also government. Where government is not doing well, I've been very vocal. Engaging government, you are not providing sunscreen to people with albinism. You are not doing this.
So every person living with albinism is entitled to SPF 30 sunscreen?
Yes, and not
For free?
For free. And I'll tell you
Wow.
why. The government is able to provide free ARVs to people who are HIV positive.
Right.
So government should provide sunscreen lotions to people who have albinism. Because
Then do they draw the line, John? Because now somebody that's born without a leg will say, I'm also entitled to getting free
Wheelchair or crutches.
Somebody who is visually impaired will say, I'm entitled to a free cane. So
Or a
where
dog.
then do you, or
A
a
guide
dog,
dog,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So where then do you draw the line if we are gonna go down that rabbit hole?
yeah, so the line is drawn. There is what we call the Disability Act. And the last amendment was in 2012. So the Disability Act of 2012 actually states that the state must provide assistive devices to people with disabilities. So you are right. If you are blind, the state must provide you with assistive devices, things that can assist you to perform on equal basis with others. So it is the duty of the state to provide. So the issue of ARVs, I'll just give an example. But it is actually, so when government is providing these things, it's not that they're doing you a favor. It is actually their responsibility. So, and that is in the Disability Act. So we can hold them accountable.
It's
and
a
that is why,
constitutional right.
Yes, and that is why activists like myself and others will hold government accountable, because it is there. They have adopted, it is there, it's a government document. So
Further to your point as well, correct me if I'm wrong, but a person with albinism, let me just pull this, also has got eyesight issues,
yes,
right?
you're right.
So does that mean they're also entitled to glasses?
Yes, and so the word assistive devices means things that you need. So we look at your type of disability. And because of your disability, you need certain things to assist you to perform on equal basis. So as a person with albinism, they have problems with sight. The sight is affected. So part of the assistive devices is actually one, sunglasses or lenses, prescribed glasses. sunscreen lotions. These are things that will help me to perform on eco-based. Because if we are doing farming, I will not compete with you, because for me, I can't spend much time in the sun.
In the sun, yeah.
Within 30 minutes, I'll be out of the field. But you can be in the field the whole day. So how do I perform on eco basis with you? I need to apply sunscreen so that we are on that equal level. So it involves assistive devices is broken down in so many things. Sunscreen, it can be wheelchairs, it can be walking canes, it can be braille, it can be sign language. So just depending on the type of disability that one has.
John.
So is albinism considered as a disability?
Yes, it is a disability, and even by law, the government has classified it as a disability. It falls under the Ministry of Community Development, and it's also affiliated to what we call the Zambia Agency for Persons with Disabilities. So this is an agency that registers all organizations that are dealing with disabilities. Albinism is a disability on two bases. One, the lack of melanin affects my eyes, so I cannot perform properly or normally like you. Two, the lack of melanin affects my skin. I cannot perform on an equal basis with you. But three, it's the attitude. You make me disabled because you discriminate me. When I come to your work, you say, no, we can't employ him. We can't enroll him because he has albinism. So that is making me disabled because I'm denied the opportunity to perform. Even when I can, I'm discriminated. So that also adds up to why albinism is considered a disability.
John,
I heard that disabled people or people with disability can bring in a car duty-free?
not duty
Or
free.
subsidized?
Very subsidized. I know, I actually helped someone 2 years ago.
Don't incriminate yourself.
No. It's very legal stuff. When I was living in Akonde 2 years ago, remember? Yeah. So they were trying to bring in a car. And this is when I discovered how much they actually pay.
How much
You're
you pay?
paying about 26,000 kwacha for a small car, duty right. They pay about 3,000 kwacha, bro.
Hey, John, can we speak up to this?
Let's talk.
Yeah.
It's 309. But, dude, it's way, way lower than what we pay.
And you know what used to happen? People started abusing this because people would now start importing cars in the name of people with disabilities just to avoid those costs.
Yeah,
so just got the political side.
We
and
heard
you
a
have
lot
to
of
be
people
careful.
were getting fake IDs, put your face on some disability card and get cars in for almost duty free.
Yeah.
John, can we take this way back to the day you were born? Are your parents still alive, by the way?
My father is still alive. My mom is late.
God rest her soul. Let's take it back to the day you were born. Were your parents also people with albinism?
Well, I was first of all the firstborn in my family.
Yeah.
And my father and my mother, they don't have albinism.
Right.
They are dark, or let me say a bit brown in complexion. So when I was born, of course, they were surprised. I was the first child, so it was a new marriage. They were surprised, like, hey, how come? And you look white, like, how come we have a white child? So, and family members were like, when a child is born, family will come to see. So they had those challenges because and they couldn't see anywhere else. There's no one in the family who is like this. So how come? Where is this coming from? So there was that confusion.
I think
So your parents did not have albinism?
no. That's what he just said, bro.
Yeah. What happens? Sorry, I was looking at S. Hey, this
I had a feeling.
Yeah. No, I'll show you the video. There's this girl from SA.
Very distracting, eh?
She has albinism. Massive ass.
You'd hit that, wouldn't you?
Twice on Sunday too. Hey,
No brainer there. Dude.
Hey, so what causes two people that don't have albinism to have a child with albinism?
So you have to be a carrier of albinism genes. So basically, you have to pass on the
He's
genes.
only a carrier of herpes.
And if you want to find out, by the way, the hospital is able to tell. They can test you. They can tell if you have their genes or not. So you need to have the albinism genes. And both of you, so coincidentally, you have to marry the person who has the same genes.
Oh shit, really?
And coincidentally, when having a child, you have to pass on the same genes to the
child.
Yes. So it is by coincidence. It's by chance. It's like 1 in 20,000.
Right.
That's why it's a minority group. Now, you ask, where do the genes come from?
Yeah.
the genes are inherited from your parents. So let's start from me. Definitely I have the genes because I have albinism, right?
Yes.
I have my child. By the way, I have got 2 boys, and they don't have albinism. But one thing they have is the genes because
They carry the gene, yeah.
Yes. So my boys, they look black. They are brown in complexion. So they don't have albinism. But because the father has albinism, definitely they have the
They're
genes.
carrying that gene somewhere.
So when my son grows up, and coincidentally he meets a girl who also
has the same genes.
which means that girl also got the genes from
Her
the parents.
and-
Now let's imagine this, because albinism genes, they don't follow order like A, B, C, D. They jump. They can start from A to J. So that means my children may not even have children with albinism. It can skip them. But my grandchildren will have a child with albinism. And you know what? Because we don't keep records, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren will be like,
Where did this come from?
Where is this coming from? Because they don't know about John Chiti, right? They don't know about John Chiti. So they'll be crazy. They'll be confused. But if they look back, they'll say, oh, well, our great-great-great-grandfather was John Chiti. He was a person with albinism.
Right.
So if we just trace back, you see that the albinism gene is inherited by parents, and it goes from generation to generation.
Bro, how much of the movie can you see as based on your life?
About 90%. I'll give it 90%.
So, how much of the first 5 minutes of that movie is based on what happened when you were born?
All of it. The only difference is that it was dramatized because it's the movie.
Yeah.
It has to be dramatized. They have to add certain things to make it, appealing to the screen. But if you talk about the subject, and the subject is divorce,
Right.
my parents divorced when I was born.
And you were the reason
Yes,
this
the
happened.
reason was me, because they're having this first child who is white, different from them, totally different. The whole family is confused, and they don't believe it's theirs. And in this situation, let's give it up to women, because they're the ones who take the blame.
Yeah.
Because traditionally we think women are the ones responsible for the children they bring, and us men we feel like no, it's the woman. So in this case, our mothers, they suffer with us because they are divorced, they are blamed, they are accused. Maybe you're Wenzwenda na Muzungu or something. So they are accused, and they take the blame. And in the end, the first years of my life, I was growing up with my mother as a single mother. So that is true, and that story is actually true to many people with albinism. It happens. About 90% of people with albinism are rejected when they are born, simply because parents don't believe that they can have such a child.
So your mother then this is purely based off me watching the movie, went on to then remarry somebody else.
Yes.
Who accepted you for your condition.
Yes,
Right.
yes. So, and when I was growing up, I was thinking it's my father, because I was young. I didn't know what happened. So my first memories, I'm seeing this man. I think, what is my daddy? And he loved me, cared for me. I didn't know until he died. So he died, my mother died. That's when I came to know what really happened. And later on, now I reconciled with my father. So much of what you see in the film is actually what happened.
Do you not only just recently realized that the boy that plays John
Tabo.
is actually a girl?
Yeah, Tabo was a girl,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
She's fucking amazing.
She was amazing.
She is
man.
good. And
She
you know
was
what?
amazing in that role.
Owned that role, bro.
Extremely.
you know what happened? When we were doing auditions, we couldn't find a boy that was very confident. We had auditions, and by then I was the director for the organization, so we had a lot of members. We called for auditions. Parents brought their children, and most of them were just shy, low self-esteem. They couldn't deliver. And then we came across Tabo. Here's a girl, but anyway, she's a girl. We're looking for a boy. So at first we even ignored her because she's good, but we're looking for a boy. But we couldn't find a boy that was very, very confident. So the makeup team said, let's work on her. She can.
I remember Ken on last week's episode actually even said he decided to cancel the whole movie altogether because they couldn't find a boy. He said, let's postpone this until
you
they.
serious?
Yeah, he said, let's cancel this movie.
Yeah.
He actually even went ahead
Who
and
funded
canceled
the movie?
Lawrence Thompson, yeah?
Yes, Lawrence Thompson is the executive producer for the movie, and the idea of the movie came when me and Lawrence, we were on a trip, we were doing a certain project, and he was just curious to know more about me. He was asking me questions,
Yeah.
and I was just explaining to him. We were chatting. I remember we were on the road to Chama, so it was like, John, your story is this is a movie. Come on, let's make a movie. I said, oh, really? So it sounded like a joke. I didn't really think he was serious.
Yeah.
After some time, he calls me. They said, John, I've written the script. So, well, let's see it. So from there, we started working together. I was clarifying certain things, advising him, and I was the technical advisor for the project. So Lawrence Thompson is actually the man behind the movie, and big outs to shout outs to him.
No.
With a name like that.
Lawrence Thompson.
Lawrence Thompson is a veteran in the movie industry.
Yeah, he brought us Cabanana, Zambia's first soapy. He brought that to us. Yeah.
You know what's incredible? I don't know if you covered this in the last in the last podcast with
Bring it on. Let's hear it. I'll tell you if we did.
a lot of the people that are in this movie were in Black Dollar.
Well, I actually clarified. Just Kangwachileshe, the lead role. No. The guy who acts as his dad, yeah, he was in Black Dollar and also in...
Oh, yeah, he's actually on the cover.
On the cover, yes. Yeah. John.
And this is the movie that got him onto Netflix.
This is the one that gets him onto Netflix. Are you trying to say something here?
No.
You won't?
No. But I want to show you something.
We'll leave it at that?
No, I want to show you.
Okay, as you search for that. John.
I don't need to search for anything. I already have it. What's that?
That's the girl you were talking about.
Yeah. Isn't she talented there, John?
Where's she from?
South Africa.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, South Africa's got a lot of models.
A lot of talent.
Beautiful people.
A lot of talent. I don't care about Operation Dudula, bro. With this.
John, judging by what Joseph went through in the movie, I'd like to know what's some of the dumbest shit that people would ask you, especially when growing up. You know, kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah, let's start with something related to that.
What, ass?
Yeah, some boys were like...
I want to hear this.
I remember some boys were like, so now kadoyo kako ni ka white. You are white. How can I have a black doyo? Come
The
on.
one with your penis is black.
Will they say, let's see? Will they ask you?
Yeah, let's see. They want to see.
Would you show them?
I don't remember showing them, but I would just argue them that, hey, if I'm white, then what do you think? What do you think? This is common sense. Come on, it's common sense. I don't have to show you. Okay, just imagine. Okay, let's picture someone who is white but black somewhere. Won't you run away if you saw something like that?
Tell us some more stuff, man. I'm sure you got enough questions because, like you said, you are a major minority. Like, I will not meet a person living with albinism today anywhere else. I've seen you today. I probably won't meet any other person.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got like enough questions, bro.
For me, I was the only one in the compound.
The whole
where I was
neighborhood.
living. Yes, I was the only one.
Where did you live?
I lived in Ndola, specifically Lubuto. That is
I know
the
Lubuto
Copper
very
Belt.
well, yeah.
That's where I grew up from, and then I shifted to Lusaka. So I remember one time I was proposing a girl, and she said like, "Iwafuna ukanipasa mimba then mukasove because mwabe mumasova imwe."
Yeah, where did that come from, man?
So she has heard that people with albinism just disappear.
Have you ever heard that
So she was
before?
like, you just impregnate me and then you disappear. Yeah.
Even when I was growing up, I grew up with the notion that people with albinism don't die; they just disappear.
Yeah.
You never heard that before?
Nope.
It was quite popular, especially on the Copper
You know
Belt.
what? I believed that when I was growing up.
That you will never die; you just disappear.
I would just disappear.
And people always ask the question: have you ever seen a funeral
Yeah.
where you hear that a person with albinism died? They just disappear.
But I also heard in that same regard that a person with albinism has got a very short life span.
Yeah, so the short lifespan is coming as a result of cancer because albinism is a lack of melanin, like we said. And because here in Africa, it's too much, there's too much sunlight, okay? And there is no sunscreen. So most of them die from skin cancer, which is as a result of the sun. So statistics say that most of them die before the age of 40.
Wow.
And in our organization, we have a lot of people who have died very young, and most of them have died from skin
But look
cancer.
at you.
Sheesh.
You're
How old
about
are you?
40.
Yeah, I'm 38. I'm going to 40 now. So one of the reasons for me, I understood this condition.
So TikTok, John.
I know how to take care of myself. I know what I should not do. I was taught about the sun when I was young. I was taught not to play in the sun. I was taught about sunscreen. So having information is actually key because there are people out there who are spending spending much time in the sun and they don't know how to take care of themselves. That really adds to them shortening.
You take such good care of yourself, bro. Like if you put a blonde wig on him, it would actually look like a white guy.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. We've got Kachidza. I told you that I spoke to Kachidza, right?
Yeah, I saw the emails, yeah.
Yeah. And he's going to be on the podcast soon. I want to speak to him about people living with albinism. So, does that also affect if you want to get a life assurance policy? Does that have an impact on your premiums, or if at all they would take you guys on because you guys would be a liability?
Yeah, we have not yet explored the issue of insurance, and I think that is a topic that is not very common and very popular, especially among people, especially also in our community. And actually, it is something we have given to think about because
I'll send you my invoice.
Yeah.
On Monday, yeah.
Invoice.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the idea.
I don't give people ideas for free, John. I'm not in the business of giving free ideas.
Since you're also coming back for the car, so it's okay. We'll do business.
It balances out,
Yeah,
right?
balance.
Yeah.
Nice one.
But I would like also for you to chip in when we have Kachidza on.
Yeah, sure.
Because what I remember is when you are above a certain age, I think when you're above 60, you cannot get life assurance policy. Oh no, actually I lie. 50-something, in your 50s.
Yes,
You
I think
know
it's
that?
55, yeah. I used to work for an
55.
insurance company, bro.
Yeah.
My first job was in insurance.
So if you're above 55, you can't get life insurance policy because obviously you are closer to death or whatever the case is. So if the average life expectancy of somebody with albinism is say 40,
Yeah.
do they then say when you're 30 or when you're 35, or in your case when you're 38, like nah, bro, we're good.
Because the older you are, the bigger the premium you pay, which is why they advise you to start younger. Now imagine starting at 52, how much are you going to be paying? They're probably going to be asking for like 20 grand a month, which you're not going to afford. So it doesn't make sense to even start insurance then.
And also, man, I need to write these questions down. And also the fact that, which is one of my questions, that there are certain people that believe that body parts from somebody with albinism,
Oh, yeah.
Especially
you
in
guys
East
have
Africa.
got also, I keep saying you guys, sound so wrong, a higher rate of being murdered for your body parts.
Yes, and it's one of the biggest challenges that we are facing because, and right here in Zambia, let's talk about Zambia, people with albinism are hunted and killed for their body parts. Now, let me tell you a short story. When I was young, I heard about this belief, and one time I was very broke. So I had a close friend.
I don't like where this is going.
I know, right?
And I said, boy, in Makamba Sisianga, in Ndarama, and we are broke. And I'm here. So I said, I'll give you my hair. Let's try this out. When you make money, we have to share 50-50, okay? So we went to the barber shop.
This guy.
And I gave him my hair. And the belief was that you have to put it in your pocket and sleep with it and blah, blah, blah. So I said, you do that. Here's my hair. I want my cut. So the next day, I went to him, give me my money. I don't have. I said, no.
You're
You're
lying. You've chowed my cut.
You chowed my money.
Why? Since Zako is yes, you are. No. I want my money. Maybe it's 2
was
days.
funny,
Let's do it for another day. Maybe it's 2 days.
And on the third day,
It never happened.
the money didn't show up.
So where does this come from, John? This belief of albinism body parts.
I think this is just total witchcraft. This is black magic because it has to do with rituals. It has to do with rituals because you take a body part of someone.
And how does
do
that make you
whatever.
money? Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. So, and if you look at the circle of people who are in this, we have a component of the witch doctor. They are involved in this. So we have killers, you have a witch doctor. So what do the witch doctors do to these body parts? I think it's a research that would like to dig deeper. We suspect there is a black market where they take the body parts to sell, but we need to do a bit more research to find out where is this coming from. But one thing we're also seeing is that it's a continental problem because we are seeing this from one country to the other. Tanzania,
Especially East
Malawi.
Africa, yeah.
Yes, it has. So we need also to dig deeper. Why has this just affected this part of Africa? So we are still asking
There was a
questions.
period also when there was this albino crocodile making its rounds on fucking Facebook.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it, but I heard people talking about it.
Did you see that albino crocodile? Jesus,
I
man.
heard Julius talking about it as well. Julius
Julius
Malema.
Malema.
Yeah.
What does he say about it?
Yeah, there's a TikTok video of him talking about the same, I think, Somebody believes it brings them good luck or
People
money.
are so
and stuff.
lazy. People want quick money. I don't get it. People want quick money.
Yeah.
John, I'm still on your childhood, bruh. So we spoke about, you being born, your parents separate and all that. At what point do you then realize you're different? When did it sink in? That realization that you're different from everybody else around you.
One time, I was young, I was excited. I ran out of my house, going to play, running. Then my friends started running.
That's in the
So
movie.
I thought,
I've seen that.
no. That's not that. I thought it was a game. I was running.
Right.
They were running.
So you chase them.
No, I didn't know that they were running away from me. So when they became tired of running away because they didn't want me, then they told me, why are you running? Why are you coming to us? We're running away from you. We don't want you. Then they spoke, seeing that I was hearing for the first time. I went home and I asked my mother, what is Moabi? She didn't know how to answer it. That was the time when it started ringing in my mind that I'm different. That's was the time when I started looking at my hands, and I look at my father, I look at my mother, then I would say, why? How come I'm different? I started asking a lot of questions, and by then, my parents didn't know what albinism is. Even the word albinism was not there. So they had time trying to explain this to me. And now I had this uncle. A certain uncle told me, John, don't worry. This condition, I was also like you. I was like you, but he's black. I was like you.
Damn liar.
How did you change? There is a special lotion that you apply when you grow up. You'll be like anyone.
Like the reverse of bleaching.
Yes. So I believe that
an idea.
albinism is temporal. And I started admiring complexions. Like when I grow up,
I want to be black.
I want to be like this. No. Certain black is not just you're black.
What
not
kind of
black.
Not black.
Black Benlome black.
That's not
So
black
I used
enough.
to admire certain. When I grow up, I'll be like, and I remember telling my friends, guys, when I grow up, I will be like you.
Wow.
That is so cute
Yeah.
And sad at the same time.
and sad.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you say? You whispered something. I didn't hear what you said.
I like the opposite of a lightning cream. I said that could be a business idea if you could find a scientist to pull it off.
It's called tanning.
Yeah, but he can't tan.
They can spray it on him like Donald Trump.
Oh, the spray tan, yeah.
Yeah.
That other been tan like by a
But
beach.
I can still
in the
get
sun.
No.
I had a grandmother who, when they buy drinks, then she would say, don't give Coca-Cola to John. He'll be black. Because
And I'm sure you wanted Coca-Cola more now.
yeah, because so she would always give me drinks like Fanta and anything black she would not give me because she was
serious about this.
yes she was giving me other drinks
There's
but not
levels of
anything
ignorance
black.
in this world, man.
Not anything black.
So you wouldn't drink tea, coffee?
No. She thought I would turn black.
But why would she think that's a bad thing, though?
But you see, I used to admire being black because I remember sometimes I would get my picture and just paint black, and then I try to imagine. So this is how I would look if I was black. I used to admire, and it became very disappointing to me when I reached secondary school. That is when I learned about genetics, and I realized that albinism is permanent. You cannot change. That was very heartbreaking to me. I was really disappointed, and I hated my uncle because my uncle
Lied to you.
Planted
gave
the
me
wrong
false
seed.
hope.
Yeah.
He gave me false hope. But he said, but for you to buy this lotion, you have to be very clever at school, okay? Pass number 1.
And you did.
Yeah. I was doing it for the lotion.
This guy. What school did you go to?
So I went to different schools.
Yeah. Okay, let's start with primary school, yeah.
So primary school, I went to first special school. When I say special school, it's a school where you find people with albinism, people with disabilities.
But
It's called
I don't understand that
Lion
separation,
School.
though.
Before that, I went to Masara Primary School, and also what's the other? There is a certain school that was in the compound. Now, the reason why I was changing schools is because I was looking for acceptance. When I got to a certain school, I was being bullied. I was being rejected. So my parents would move me from one school to the other, one school. Then someone said, you know what? There is a special school for these people. You take him there. He will even find his friend. He's not the only one. So when they took me to a school called Lion School in Eucharist in Ndola, that was the first time I was seeing people with albinism.
How did that make you
I
feel?
was like, wow, I didn't feel good. You know why? I used to enjoy being the only one and being special. So I was like, so
I am not alone.
I'm not special. So, and I look at them, all of them, girls, boys, others are big. I said, like, oh, so I'm
Now
not
it's
the
a dime
only
a
one.
dozen. It's like
Yeah.
a whole bunch of you. Shit. Looked like it was snowing in that school.
And because there was also a belief that we have special powers and this and that. So my friends used to fear me because I used to tell them, they used to believe that Johnny Ngakutipa.
For those who don't understand Bemba, that means if John curses you,
It will
you're
surely
done for.
happen. And something happened because there was a friend I cursed. I said, you, at your place, there'll be a funeral. Coincidentally, someone died.
Yo.
Today we laugh. But then I think it was
So they believed that these people have special powers, and if they curse you. So I used to use that as a weapon to my friends.
Didn't they blame you though?
The family came to my parents.
Yeah.
Mwana wenu.
Killed our relative.
Imani mwana oyo. I remember they had a heat discussion, but I was not in the meeting. But the family came to talk to my parents because it was all over. So, but anyway, what I used to enjoy is using that as a weapon to my friends.
yeah, you're screwed.
Give me some. Oh, I forgot me.
You've forgotten. Dude, you have not said where we're shooting from. How dare you forget the people that are hosting us?
Imagine that. Biting the hand
Your
that feeds us.
age, dude. I always complain about how old you are.
Yeah, could be that.
Speaking
too.
of feeding, they still haven't fed us.
Anyway, what Bojangles right now? That's in Long Acres, at Long Acres Mall, and I think it's popular. It's common knowledge in Lusaka now. Like if you want to have a good time in Lusaka, that's the place to be.
Bojangles.
Yeah,
In the queue.
Bojangles.
So the thing that's
Right next to the
keyhole.
queue.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I've never been, eh?
What's the name? Where's our food at?
You know, we can stop this and just walk out.
You say what?
I'm just joking.
You can bring the food.
Yeah, you can bring.
You haven't ordered it.
We have less than 30 minutes left. But anyway, take your time, madam.
Don't take your time.
Take your time.
Do not take your time.
The only reason why Elson showed up for this episode is for the food. So
It's for
please.
the food. John just happened to be a by the way.
All right, cool. Chiti, you're talking about the curses, man. So word spread in the neighborhood, and you became somebody to
Grim
fear.
Reaper.
Yeah.
Grim Reaper.
Yeah. So when I went to a special school,
Yeah.
and I found a lot of people with beliefs like, oh man.
You couldn't threaten
Now
these
I'm not
guys.
special anymore.
So they have the powers like me. So you mean they are special like that? Oh man, I'm not the
You curse them, they curse you back.
I have no one to curse now.
It becomes a cursing marathon now.
It's like a suicide bomber getting onto a plane full of other suicide bombers. You were like, I kill you. I'm like, I kill you too.
I didn't enjoy that. But also one thing I didn't enjoy was to be secluded, to be taken away from the community. You are put in a place, confined in a place. You are just people of your same kind, and I mean, I wanted to mix. I wanted to see other people. So it was really an experience. But one thing that was there was acceptance, because the teachers there are teachers who are trained how to handle children who have albinism. So there was no bullying, there was proper care, and so that yes, we give it to them, because teachers, there is what we call special education in education. So if you are passionate about children with disabilities, you can do this called special education, and you'll be taught how to handle children with special needs, and you can go to any school or a special school to teach them.
You know, I'm sort of on the fence. I think you try to touch on that topic.
Yeah,
I'm
like
sort of
why
on the fence
separate
when
people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where you separate either disabled, slow, autistic kids, put them in the... So why I say I'm on the fence is for the obvious reason why you say they shouldn't be separated, because then now they feel stigmatized, that they're not together with. But at the same time...
It really makes you feel segregated in a way.
You say what?
It makes them feel very segregated, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. So I'm on the fence, because on the one part of it is because the way that they learn, or the rate at which they learn, could be different to everybody else. So if the teacher is to take a rate, or what's the word that I'm looking for, of a normal kid. One kid will be left behind. Yeah. You get what I mean? And if they to take the rate of the slow kid, it's disadvantaging the other kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm sort of on the fence.
Yeah. For me, the only challenge I had, and this is
pace is the word that I'm looking for, not rate, pace.
The disadvantage which is there is that, like, for me, the challenge I had was, okay, it's okay, we are secluded, but coming back to fit in again in the community, it's hard.
That's the other thing.
It's hard because
you've got special treatment there, but not in the community.
And in the real world, they don't treat you like that.
Yeah.
Because you won't be in school forever. You have to come back to the community. You have to get a
face
job.
the music.
True. You have to marry. You have to. So you be secluded for a period of time, but when you come back, you want to marry. You want a job. It's hard to mix.
True.
It's hard to. So that really, even me, I struggled a lot because I'm used to this environment where I'm accepted and
being given proper attention.
And when I come back home, now there is I have to fit in the friends, and it's so that is why for me, I'd rather go to a school, a normal school, where you can mix.
So that was primary school.
High
school? Did you go to a normal high school or did you maintain the same?
So in secondary, I went to Munali.
Oh, right here in the south.
Yes, right here.
Okay.
First I went to Mumbwa, then I came to Munali. But one of the reasons why I came to Munali is because of music. I heard that in Lusaka, that is where studios are, that is where musicians are. So I deliberately decided to do my secondary education. I was looking for a school in Lusaka. But also I was looking for a school that is not really a special school, but it has to have both. So Munali at that time, there was Munali girls, Munali boys, and then they had a section, a department for the special pupils. So it was everything. So when we go to class, we could mix with people who are not, who don't have albinism. That was the right school I was looking for, because the school where I was at Lions, it was only children with special needs. So I said, no, I want a school where I can mix with other pupils. And the Munali had just that, and because also Lusaka, I wanted to travel and things like that. So really, and that is why I wrote my grade 4.
You know what I want to know? This guy is asking all the PC questions. He's the one that deals with the corporates. They'd rather talk to him than talk to me because I've got the foul mouth. You know what I want to know? Your first girlfriend or the first time you got laid? First time you had sex? Was it more difficult for you to get a girl?
It was very difficult because I was growing up as a very shy boy. And some girls would turn me down because of my condition.
Of course.
Like, it was, you blink at me, then you disappear. Others, they would just feel shy. I remember sometime, like, you're just walking with a girl, just chilling, and people start calling you names. It's just so embarrassing to the girl. She feels very uncomfortable.
So now she doesn't want to walk with you anymore?
No, she doesn't. And people are laughing at her like, hey, I am done, you know.
Yeah.
So it was really hard. But I think that saved me because it helped me to keep my virginity longer, so it's okay.
When did you have sex for the first time?
No, I won't tell you that. Off camera, I can tell you.
But was it into your 20s?
I think by then I had completed my secondary school, so I was
into your 20s then?
Yeah, somewhere in the 20s.
Yeah, Elson was 10 years old with his maid. Nothing.
Yeah, it was with the maid.
Dude, so you're done with Munali, and quite early on, you just step into the world and you have a major song. Tell us about that journey as well.
So when I was in school, I purposed to do music.
Right.
I was very passionate about it. When my dad asked me, what do you want to do? I said, music. I wanted to be a musician. So, and that's why I came to Lusaka. So when I completed school in 2004, I started pursuing music. Looking for studios, looking for deals, recording. I did 2 albums, which never went anywhere. I recorded albums. Then I met one businessman called Mr. Sam. So he had one of my demos through someone. He was like, ni mkali mfano ya? Ni ndani? I said, no, it's just a young boy, John Chiti. He said, I can sponsor sponsor him. So my friend hooked me up with him, and he said, you are very talented, I want to sponsor you. But before that, I attended a certain audition here in Lusaka. There was a studio that was advertising. They were looking for new talent. So I went, I participated, and I won the audition. And the producers were like, uyu guys ni mukali oyo, but the problem is albino. We can't sell. People won't buy his music. So that is how they turned me down. For that reason.
Wow.
Because they thought because of my condition, people would not welcome me in the industry. Have you ever seen an albino musician? But actually, that actually inspired me because I wanted to prove them wrong. So I met Mr. Sam, who didn't see my condition. For him, he just saw the talent. He said, this is a talented young man. And he had a studio called Crystal Studios and Entertainment. He signed me. I was his first artist. And that was to me, it was my third album, but it was the first album that we produced, and Ngaole became a hit, and suddenly I was a star. And
Also, you were in Belgium at that point, man. Like 2005, yeah?
2008, actually. 7
Dude,
and
do
8.
you know what a hit song is? Buses passing by are playing this song. Every taxi you get into, every pub, every nightclub. You couldn't go anywhere without. You know what viral is before we even had the word viral? That's what his song was.
Yeah.
Dude, it was a major hit
But
song.
you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Based off what you've just said, where people use your albinism against you, especially like when
So
you wanted to make
you can't
music,
go far, yeah.
Yeah.
is, I think of people like Eminem who then sort of flip that and use that to your advantage, because in my opinion, the most, this guy's like worldwide famous, I want to say albino again, Salif Keita.
Salif Keita, yes.
You know what I mean?
Africa.
People now know him because of that.
Yeah.
And there is also
And you look
Zairoman
alike.
from Jamaica.
Don't shut up.
Ah, they look alike.
You say
Salif Keita?
Yellow man. No, yes, Salif Keita, you look alike.
Salif Keita.
But you've heard that before, yeah?
I've met him, yeah. And
You've met him?
I used to listen to his music a lot. I used to be inspired by him. And my wish is to collaborate with him. I would like to do a song with him.
Have you told him this though?
Yeah.
Have you reached out?
Do you have
Yeah,
his phone
there was
number?
a time
You should call him, eh?
Yeah.
But he speaks French.
there was a time he had a show here in Zambia at the Alliance Francaise.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was a time I met him, and I was allowed to go backstage to talk to him. We exchanged emails, and from there I've been in touch. But at some point I lost contact. But really, I would really love to collaborate and do it.
Yeah, we should give him a shout.
Lawrence Thompson can make that happen, bro.
Yeah, I think so.
He's a very connected, powerful
Yeah.
man, that one.
Yeah.
I hope it wasn't just because you've got albinism that they allowed you backstage. You know how like when you're black in a room full of white people,
You feel that?
no, and they're like, oh wait, there's another black girl that we know. We should hook you guys up. Like the fuck?
Yeah, but I think the smart is that also Salif Keita has a foundation that he runs, helping people with albinism there. So
Right.
even me had the organization. So some similarities that
right.
apart from being a musician, he's also doing these charity works. So there were some similarities, and he has helped a lot of people with sunscreen, skin cancer issues. So that is really
Dude, one of my best friends actually, when I was in primary school, had albinism.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
How was that?
How was what?
Like, did people, like, he went through a lot, and even people associated with him were seen as weird. Was that the same for you?
No, because their parents were rich. His parents were very rich.
Money answers everything.
Bruh,
eh?
so people just
Overlook that.
Hey,
Just
bruh.
see past him and to the money. Dude, 2008 you have... Actually, that was like Zambia's biggest song,
Yeah.
or one of Zambia's biggest songs that
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
How much of your life changed? Did people start seeing
Oh man.
past your lack of melanin after that? Like, did girls now open up to you more?
My life changed. First of all,
Yeah.
I'm a musician. I was like, okay, wow, household name, people calling you. And I saw it in my dreams, but I just couldn't believe that it's now
You
happening.
manifested, yeah.
What I saw is that people became positive. They don't care about albinism. I mean, when my song is playing, would you even care if the singer's albinism or not? It's a good song. You vibe
Yeah.
to it, you dance
Yeah.
to it. And now girls coming and
It was a love song.
what,
Is it
and
breakup song of the year?
fans. So actually, remember I said I was growing up as a shy person.
Yeah.
Music helped me to overcome shyness because I had a lot of people to deal with. Now I'm a musician, people want to talk to me, and I was like, because I had that mindset of people rejecting me and pushing me out, pushing me away.
And that was the opposite.
But now they want me closer. They want to be with me. So I have to talk to them. I have to welcome them. I have to be friendly. So music actually helped me to overcome the shyness. And also...
You didn't become a hoe, did you?
Have you noticed how you just skipped that part?
Yeah.
Just
That's why you didn't become a hoe, did you? Like just smashing girls.
wait a minute. I want to add first. We'll come back to that.
the wife is watching, yeah.
Music
It's
also
fast.
brought reconciliation to my family as well.
Wow.
How
Serious.
so?
Yes.
How so?
Your dad now suddenly wanted to be back in your life?
Most of them, it was at that point, that's when they had the pride to call me a brother, a
son.
cousin, relative. Because
that's my brother.
Wait, John.
Oh, that's my
He's my
cousin.
cousin. Oh, yes.
John, quick question. So when you blew up, when your music blew up, were your parents alive then?
By then, my mom had died. My stepdad had died. The people were alive. Were my
Your biological dad.
biological father, stepmother, stepsisters. So I am the firstborn, but we are 6 altogether. So the other 5 are my stepsisters and brother.
Wait, so your father shows... Did your father get back to you after you become big and famous? Is this when your father comes back, or...?
Well, he came back when my mom died.
All right.
Because like it's shown in the movie when my mom died, my mother's family were very poor. They couldn't take care of me. I even stopped school. I remember the most saddest moment of my life is when I was moving from one relative to the other. Then one grandma took me in, and she used to send me to beg in Kabushi,
No way.
Kabushi market. And she said, Iwe,
Wow.
because of your condition. So I used to go to the market to beg. And she was right. Because of my condition, people used to give me a lot.
Yeah, but
some
still,
would give
man,
me.
that's-
But it was very, very, it was just so disgusting and so disappointing to me going to beg. So when the elder sister to my mom heard that John actually goes to beg to the market, she was very upset. She came and took me. So now they were discussing, this child is suffering, what are we going to do? And then one of them said, hey, this child has a father. How the hell is he suffering when he's there? But the father rejected, no, it doesn't matter. He is the father. He has to be responsible. So
How old were you at this point?
I was in grade 5. I think I was about 11 or 12. So the family, my mother's family, actually went to approach my father. And then they said, you know what? This is your child. You have to be responsible. And luckily, he accepted. Said, okay, I made a mistake, but I think I can correct that. I can take him in. So I was reconciled with him then. That was the first time I saw him. I was like in grade 5. And then he took me in. Now I went to join his family because he had married, he had other kids.
We started living together.
Yes.
And was you rich?
Yeah, he was working for PTC.
Oh yeah, Post and Telecommunications
Yeah.
Corporation.
Yeah, he was working
The
for
under fives
PTC.
wouldn't know that one.
Yeah,
the
no, they would not.
2000s.
Yeah.
My
So he was
2000s.
working there and he had a car and the company had given him a home. So it was very exciting to me. And I was coming from Twapia. You know, Twapia is a Kashanti compound, Kukomboni. So I was...
Another thing that broke my heart from what he just said,
Yeah.
he said when the relatives spoke to your dad, luckily he agreed.
Yes.
They had to speak to him.
No, the fact that he feels that it is lucky that the dad would
Right.
agree
I see what you
to be
mean.
responsible for his
Yeah.
own child
Yeah.
speaks volumes.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be luck.
No, shouldn't. You're right.
Yeah, sorry, I think I cut you off. You're saying something, John.
Yeah, so,
I'm just letting that sink in, man. I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
I'm letting it sink in now, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it is actually it's sad that I feel lucky for my dad to think twice. Because it's never the case. Most of people with albinism, when they're rejected, that's it. That's it.
And people
He had
disappeared.
moved on, he had married, he has other kids, they don't have albinism, so he had proved his point. So for him to think twice and said, okay, fine, I'll take him in, I was very lucky. Yeah.
Which really should not.
No,
Should not be the case.
Should not
Yeah.
be the case.
You did that song, then you disappeared, and I heard you started doing gospel music as well.
Yes, so I've been doing gospel as well, and I did another album actually. So after that album, there is another album called Boring Lover. It's a secular album, but my third album is a gospel album. I have done songs with Ephraim, Stanley Chipuma, and others, and also that is just me, my spiritual life. I'm a spiritual person.
Right.
I have a relationship with God. I'm a spiritual person, and even if I'm doing secular, whether it's a love song, the basic guiding principle for me is biblical principles. I've got biblical values. There are certain things I cannot do. There are certain boundaries I have for myself. My own convictions tell me I cannot cross this line. I cannot do this. So I'm not moved by what is trending. What I have those boundaries, principles that guide me. And as a Christian, as a believer, I am a gospel artist. I am a Christian. But that does not mean that I cannot sing any other song, any love song. I can, but I have principles that guide me. So this year, actually, I have an album which I've done, and there are a number of different songs there. I also do political songs because I'm an activist. I advise government. I talk to government. I talk to politicians. So I do political songs to speak for the disabled. I do social songs, anything that affects people. But above all, I'm a Christian and I'm guided by Christian principles.
You know, after watching the movie Can You See Us, and I think this is the effect that the movie has had on so many people, yeah? Where after you watch the movie and every time you see a person living with albinism, you just feel like hugging them, like,
Yeah.
is this what you actually go through? You know what I mean? Like, was that the intended purpose for you as well when
Yeah.
you were, when you and Lauren spoke about, doing the movie?
Yeah, and talking about hugging,
Also, you felt that as well, yeah?
I'd never hugged my father.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you're not human, I know.
There are certain things that are simple, but they mean a lot to someone. When I was at school, I was having challenges, and a teacher was counseling me. And she said, John, I don't know what to say to you. The challenges you are going through, there are a lot. I don't know, I don't understand, but I just want to hug you. And she hugged me. And I realized I had never hugged my father. I realized I was missing that hug. Just someone to tap on my shoulder to say, hey, it's okay. It's going to be okay. Those affections. Now, fast forward, I am married. I have children. I love my kids. I love them so much. And I sit and said, how can a father not feel like this? How can someone not feel the way I'm feeling towards my children?
Cowards.
I can't understand it.
Cowards is what they are. Sadly, there's so many
Absent fathers.
Yeah.
And I'm exactly the same way too when I think of my son. So I
see
honestly,
donuts
I don't
and I
get
just have to buy them.
You say what?
I see donuts and I just feel like buying them.
There you go.
My kids are always on my mind like that. You know what I mean? You see chocolates, you
I was about to
just
say the
want
same thing.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, you see something that reminds you of your child.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
oh, if I get this for my child, they're gonna like it.
It's my boy who doesn't like being bought stuff. I don't know why that boy is like that.
Why?
It's just strange like that.
Like anything?
Well, the things I think like a boy would like,
He doesn't.
bikes and whatever. No.
Uh-oh.
Should I get you an iPhone for your birthday?
Do you think that maybe he actually likes it, but he's a little too timid to actually accept it?
I think so. Maybe.
Because Eli was like that at some point, where he really wanted it, but he would say no.
He was like that except for iPhones. On his birthday, he wanted an iPhone.
He's got expensive taste.
Well, I bought it for him. Either way. John, how did you meet your wife? This man engaged. Have you noticed something about this man in this episode? The confidence, eh?
I met my wife. It was through someone. My
Tinder?
wife through someone.
Not
Do you know
something.
Tinder?
No.
You don't know Tinder?
I don't, what's that?
He's a happily married man, Olsen.
He says, what's that?
He's a happily married man.
Tinder is a dating app.
Oh, okay. No. That.
Where people meet for sex.
They don't meet for sex. It's a dating app.
Is that in Zambia?
I've never met anyone who went to Tinder just for, I just want to meet someone to date. Everybody ends up.
Have you been on Tinder?
Is that
The what?
Have you been on Tinder?
I've never had Tinder before.
So don't talk about what you don't know.
You tell me. You don't tell me this.
I don't know nothing about Tinder. Anyway, sorry, John, as you were.
Anyway, I didn't meet my wife on Tinder. Just have that clear. So I met my wife through someone.
Yeah.
My friend was going to the same church with my wife's family. So they were friends, and there was a time we met. I think they had a program. Then they were working together. So he introduced me to her, and her to me. Like, oh, this is John. Oh, this is so. So that was the first time I met her. And well, nothing happened then. We continued meeting. Then the next thing what happened was she joined me because I was doing the activism work organization. So she became interested in charity work, and she joined our organization, and that's how closer we became. And the rest is history. We have been married to close to 10 years now. And
wow.
We have 2 kids, 2 boys.
You got married at 28.
Yeah.
Ish.
10 years. That's a lifetime, man. No, I hope to get married someday.
If you need advice, I'm there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like a Shibukwambe kind of.
Yeah. At least I have some experience.
No, but then again, you were a virgin until you're 27.
Isn't that a good thing?
No.
No?
No. Or it could be, I don't know. What do I know? I had sex with a maid.
At 10 years old. Yeah.
10 years.
No,
Was that even sex?
at 11.
It was abuse.
Yeah, it was. No, she had sex with you, not
Actually
you.
Yeah, she had
believe that. People
She
actually
had it
begin to
with you,
believe
not
that.
you.
I need to stop this shit. Because now wherever I go, whatever is spoken about on this podcast, people take as gospel. I'm lying. I never had sex with no goddamn maid.
Take that with a... John, are there any things that you've sort of failed to do because you felt, because of my skin condition, I can't do this? Has this ever stopped you from doing certain things in life?
No, not really, because
Okay.
I've been a very positive person.
I've picked that up real quick, yeah.
I can talk about my condition with anyone. I'm not shy. When people are laughing at me, I can just look at them and respond to them and engage them.
And curse them.
So
And curse them.
I've stopped cursing.
You're a spiritual man now.
But one thing that used to bother me is that I used to take the blame for anything bad that happens, and this is because of the mistreatment and everything, and people telling me I'm a curse, I'm bad luck. So when something happens where we are, I would feel it is because of me. I remember going for a holiday to a certain, I think my uncle's place, and when I was staying with them, my uncle lost the job. He was fired at work. I started crying. I was thinking it's because of me.
Oh, wow.
Because I grew up with that mindset of being guilty. Now, let me add up with this. When I came to realize that I was the reason why my parents divorced, it also just gave me the
Anything
blame.
bad that happens
It's
around
because
you,
of me.
you think
And
it's
I was
because
thinking,
of you.
if it was not me, my parents would have been together. And I was feeling sorry for my mom, because I was thinking, like, if I was not just born, or if I was born black, she was going to be happily married.
You are black.
And your parents, you kept thinking would have still been together.
Yes. So because of that, I used to take the blame. If anything happens where I am, anything bad, I would feel it is because of me. And it took time for me to come over it.
You know what I would do if I were you, John? Do you know the amount of banks that I would go to? You know, like when you fill out a questionnaire and they say tick your race. Are you black, Asian?
Would you make your own box?
No, I'll tick white.
I do that a lot.
I'll
but,
tick white.
White?
And I'll look at the bank manager straight in his eyes. Like, what you trying to say? I'm white.
Are you trying to dispute what I just read?
But I went to America for some time, and I was there. No, for you, I was in the UK for a period of time, and I was with Zambians there. And we are going, John, where are you? John, hey, I'm here. You are beginning to look like one of them. I can't recognize you now. I'm right right here. No, you're looking white.
Yeah, you've taken very good care of this kid, man. Like, I don't know why you argue with this. I think if you put a blonde wig on this man, it'd look very white.
But why would you want him to be white?
No, I'm just saying.
Hey, let me ask you, should I dye my hair black?
Nah, you're good.
You're good?
Are you balding, bro?
Yeah?
Are you bald? Yeah, he is.
Are you balding?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Shit.
And one thing that I admire is hair. I mean, it's,
And then you can't grow any anymore.
I can't. This thing has come too early for me.
Yeah, you're only 38.
But
And Nelson at 45, still as old as here.
I'm looking for. Don't we have some lotion that makes hair to grow? Because
Wayne Rooney should give you the secret. But that was surgery, right?
And
What
LeBron
do-
James.
Sorry? LeBron
And
James as
LeBron.
well, yeah. What money can do,
I
eh?
like hair. I don't like beards. But what keeps growing is the beards.
Not the hair.
The hair's not growing.
So if you could only
Transplant
change,
it.
I want
like
to change,
transplant,
like
yeah.
whatever is in here to
Goes
come
up
up there.
Yeah.
Then the beards can stop.
But why don't you like beards, though?
I don't know. I just don't like it. I just don't like. I want.
but-
I just feel comfortable with that.
You're a true police officer, bro. You just don't know it. You just don't know it. But why aren't police officers allowed to keep a beard, though? Because Hitler never had beard.
He tried something here. Hey, he tried something
Yeah, he had
here.
one. Like Robert Mugabe. Yeah. No, but really, why don't police officers keep beards? I know a fireman told me that they don't keep beards because in case of an emergency, like you're handling stuff, the beard could get pulled in something. I don't know.
I call bullshit on that.
Is it just for the smart look? Just for the smart look? Yeah, but guys, it's 2023. Handsome is in the beard. I wish I had a beard as well, bro. That's why you'll need growing a beard now as a police officer.
No, that one is fine. He's not a police officer.
That one's another
I have
police
had
officer.
someone here.
This one.
Yeah, it's that one.
Let's go up. Hey, John, quick question. And I'm about to sound ignorant as fuck. So because of the bad eyesight, when you drive, one of the requirements, you should be able to see a road sign from far ahead. Do you guys have challenges when it comes to driving? Are you allowed to drive? Do you guys have to wear glasses as a condition if you have to drive?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. Personally, I have a driver. I drive, but just in short distances. Like I'm home, I'm going somewhere near, somewhere I'm very familiar. But if it is serious driving, I do have a driver. Most people with albinism can't drive because of sight. There are a few people whom I've seen who can drive, and that is after they have had some assistive devices. They have to have some prescribed glasses.
I was about to ask, like, is this something that spectacles can't correct?
No, it can't. Because the sight problem comes as a result of lack of melanin. So there is no melanin in my skin. That's why I'm looking like this. So my eyes also don't have melanin. My hair also don't have melanin. That's why it looks blonde. It doesn't have melanin. So my eyes don't have melanin. It can be corrected, but it can be improved. It can be improved, but it can't be corrected 100%. That is why in schools, pupils would not read on the board. And I had that problem myself. And the teacher used to whip me for not writing notes and failing to.
Because you couldn't see what
I couldn't see. He thought I was dumb and something.
So what do you see like when you're sitting afar? Is it just blurry?
Short sight, it's failing to see the details.
Right.
So, for example, I'm seeing a TV, but I can't read.
Right, of course.
What's on the screen there?
Yes, so unless it is close enough. Or you are there, I'm seeing you. But if you do like this, I may not see your hand. I'm like, John is stupid. I'm waving at him, he's ignoring me because I'm looking. Hey, I can see you. So it's better to see the details or recognize him because you, for example, I've seen you, and if you are there, I may not recognize you. And you think like I've ignored you.
Oh, because the celebrity is not just walking past me.
But when you are close enough, I'll remember. It's all I've seen because short sight means you have to see something closer.
I mean, we're friends now. I hope you remember me, bro. Like when we
I was
meet
about
next
to, do you
time.
know how much I would cheat? Like, especially if my girlfriend sees me with another girl and I ignore her. Like, I saw you.
It wasn't me. If it's the other way around, it wasn't me.
But I would still cheat if you just do it like, yeah, that's another albino boy. That's not me. I mean, there are some places where people would refuse that it's not me. Because there was like a guy with albinism. who used to pretend that it's him. You know, that's when I had just come out as John Chiti. And so this guy, John Chiti, when he goes to the bar, everyone buying him beer.
Oh, wow.
John Chiti. And he used to say, yes, I'm John Chiti. So one day we had a show in that compound. So when I went on stage, people were like, no, it's not him. It's not Matikonga. Timuziva John Chiti. So what are they talking about? So when I started singing, that is when they actually believed that I'm the one.
That guy had no more beer bought for him after
Now
that.
he was in trouble. And also here's something that happened recently. One guy with albinism called me and said, like, you know what? I used to get intimidated when people tell me John Chiti, call me John Chiti. But now I was working and the police officers were saluting for me. I was like, oh yes, I don't mind being called John Chiti. So because I'm a commissioner and I have albinism, sometimes the police officers don't recognize me. When they say another person with albinism, they'll think it's me. They'll say, sir. Oh, yes, sir.
So Gob, from now on, I salute when you see him.
Yeah.
I have to go to the airport soon.
All right, we're even winding down. I'm just trying to get Gob's job back at this point.
Yeah, he's newly married. His wife is way bigger than him. His wife would beat him up if he comes back home without a job.
And he's been married for only 2 weeks, so please be
For the sake
lenient.
of your wife.
Yeah, be lenient on the young man.
The sake of your wife.
You've got your job back, Gob.
You now owe us 3 free episodes. We got your job back, bro. John,
But we've got him fired to begin with.
we're like politicians, bro.
You take shit away.
Then bring
And
it
when
back
you
like
give
a
it back,
hero.
people are happy. It's almost like when power
Like
goes.
you
It's not
create
supposed
a
to go in
problem
the
to
first
become
place,
a
but when it
hero.
comes back, you know how happy you are?
Yeah, you know. John, I've had more fun than I thought I would with you, man. You've been the ish for a long time. John Chiti with the light skin. I didn't think he had this much humor, eh?
Let me tell you something, John. You and I would get along any fucking day.
Perfectly.
Can you tell him why?
Is there a woman involved?
No.
Okay.
Because you don't take yourself seriously.
Yeah.
The people that I get along with are the people that... The first day that I met, what's his name? JB. What's his name? BJ.
Wait, I was with him on Saturday.
Right. The guy is fat, right? But he made fun of his own weight.
His own weight, yeah.
And from there, we got along. Been to his house a couple of times. You and I are talking like this. We spoke about albinism. There's a lot that I did not know about albinism.
I've learned so much. I've learned so much.
I am one person that I find humor in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Sometimes in things that should not be funny. I'm that one person who, when my grandmother died, I was making jokes because that's what helps me cope. And you got my phone, right? And I've then realized you're one person who you are able to give information about your condition. You are one person that does not... Just answer it. You're one person that does not take offense when people show... when people are ignorant and people don't know a lot about your condition and the condition that people with your... I'm just rambling. With your condition have.
Yeah.
So I feel you're the right person to be an activist and disseminate information.
Whoever put you in that position, the president, you say, made the right,
Yes.
Like
very
the
wise
leader
decision.
of albinos should be you.
Yeah.
And I think in conclusion as well, what I'd love to say, I really appreciate Lawrence Thompson and you for putting that movie up.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Elson is talking about ignorance here. I think I was very ignorant of so many things as well. Like, you know these things happen, but when you see it, it's when it brings the message home, really, that people actually go through these things. And I feel that movie did things to me, man.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for that movie, John.
Thank you so
we
much.
really
Thank
appreciate you for that
Thank
movie.
you.
And I hope you made money off it as well.
Yeah, definitely.
You did. Ah,
Yes,
nice
I mean,
one, nice one,
I mean,
nice one.
Netflix.
I will not talk about what Kenny said. Ken refused to tell us how much he made from Netflix.
Did I tell you that the wife?
Apparently,
Did I tell you that the wife?
yeah.
Because she got in touch with us.
Yeah.
Saying they want to come on the podcast.
Yeah.
She said, one of the questions you can ask
Money.
is money. Then
she
I said, that would be the first question I'll ask.
Dude, that was my first question. It was the first question. She said, dude, we have a clause in the contract that says we can't disclose how much money Netflix is paying us. It's not that type of movie. There are movies with big names that they are...
You know why? Because they pay people like John peanuts, and they don't want them to know how much money they were given.
Well, they signed and they can't disclose to us. So
I will tell you this.
you tell us how much John made?
No.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that Coin makes a shitload of money from King Booga. And I know how much fucking Monkey 2 was given. That's all I'm saying.
Is all you're saying. John, thanks a lot for coming through.
Thank you for
I've
having
had
me.
more fun than I thought it was going to be very emotional podcast, but like Elson said, you don't take yourself seriously, and this it made it a very successful episode.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for coming through,
Thank
and
you.
keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Thank you so much.
Which is
Thank you
what?
for having me.
Being him, doing him.
Which is what? Having albinism? It's like he can't change it. He told
Bruh.
you. He told you he can't change it. What's wrong with you?
He's gonna drink coke and get drunk.
End the episode. We're gonna get cancelled.
I know, right?
We're done. No more awards for us.
Thank you so much for those votes. Voted Africa's best lifestyle and entertainment podcast at the African Podcasters and Voice Awards, Voice Artists Awards. To the next episode, have a lovely day. Remember to click on the subscribe button. My name is K Plus, and the other guy, Elson, the short
Elson.
guy.
I'm not short. In fact, stand next to me.
No, it's fine.
right next
It's
to me.
fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Jesus Christ. This guy keeps calling me short.
It's
I think it's a disability.
baby.
Don't mess with me.
Like, would you laugh at the guy in a wheelchair?
Exactly.
All right, to the next episode. Have a lovely day.
Dun 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 dun